Hi, I'm Donald with Antique Purveyor, and today we're going to show you how we're going to be packing these tables for long distance deliveries. This one here is probably going to go to the UK, so we thought we'd take a little video on this. The other thing I wanted to share with you is some of our really large Jupe tables. We're finding that sometimes they're a little bit too big to get through certain thresholds and certain doorways. So we've got some new generation builds here and they're so easy to do. So these tables are going to be able to fit into any room, and they're going to be able to go they're going to go together very easily. You're going to see this, okay? So the first thing we're going to do here while we're still running is I'm just going to show you that the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to show you how a table is going to come apart. So as you would have this in your house, if you had to move, if you were moving and you needed to move your table would be set up in your house just like this. And the first thing we're going to do is, if you bring the camera in here, I'm going to show folks that there's a certain generation table here that they need to be aware of. So if sometimes you'll have a little small piece of your track that is removable, and some of the more recent designs, you're going to see that this track is removable from here to here. Okay, so the knockdown directions are going to be the same, whether it's a small removable or a full section removable. Okay, of course, what we're going to do is, before we get too busy with all that, we're going to take out these 6 bolts here, because those will have to come out anyway. Okay, so we'll start with that. All right. Okay, that's good. Okay, we're gonna go all the way around and take all 6 out. So I'm just sharing with you guys that we like to remove this stuff so that it doesn't get stuck underneath your tracks. And so these are really here just to show you where everything goes, but I do like to remove them. Okay, so the first step we're gonna do to disassemble your table is you're gonna take off this little receiver. We like to use handheld screwdrivers and everything. We don't like power drills. And you're going to see that this receiver is going to be, there are going to be dowels. So I'm going to take these off. And then this comes off, and this comes off. These are all indexed. I'll come closer into this little spot here. So you'll need to make sure that your table has removable leaves. This gen table has little slots here. They're offset, so they're not going to be perfectly even, but these leaves that have those cutouts are removable. So all you'll have to do is take your leaf up like this, making sure that you're keeping nice pressure on both pieces, and you're going to slide it forward. If you come over here, Devin, you're going to see when you slide it forward, one pin is indexed to come out, the other one is not. And that's done on purpose so that it doesn't come out accidentally. But all you have to do is do a little bit of a twist. See, like that? Just give it a little bit of a twist, and it'll come right out. Okay, and so that's your leaf. Now what we like to do is I like to label these leaves. Not that it really makes a difference, but I'm going to put a little dot right over here. And I'll give you another dot anywhere here. None of this is going to be visible. It's all going to be underneath your table when it's not done. Okay, and then I'm going to take a Sharpie. And we're just going to call this number 1, and we're going to call this number 1. And that's just to prevent heartache in case things don't want to go back perfectly. Your leaves are going in the right spot. Showing that all the leaves are out of the table. There are 6 of them. And you can even show over here that all these spots have been labeled. So that's what it'll look like. Okay. So the next thing we'll do is we'll come in here and we'll show them this comes out. So sometimes you have 2 screws, sometimes you have 3. In this case, we have 3. So we're going to now remove these 3 screws from every slide, and I believe that these are stamped with a number. If they're not stamped with a number, then we'll do the same thing. We're going to label these 2 so everything goes right back to where they need to go. All right. See, this was lining up right next to it. Okay. As we go around here, it's going to free up all these leaves to come out. And over here, you're going to see this particular table's got a stamp. It says H11. Over here, there's an H11. Okay. So this 11 is going to line up right to this one. And that's how you're going to know you're in the right spot. So as we go across some of these, so I like to manage these screws. I like to line them up like soldiers here. They'll stay safe, and then you'll know you have the right amount. Okay, so there you go. You're pretty much ready to take we call these wedges. So these wedges are ready to come out. Once you have all these parts out, these leaves are just going to come out here. And they're just going to lift out. Okay? Underneath these leaves, you'll probably see a number. I can see, you can't see it over there, but there's an H33 here that lines up with the same H33 here. Okay? And then we're going to do this on all 6.